Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is a live recording of a 50-minute full body yoga flow. So find a little bit of space to move and let's get started. Well, happy Monday, everybody. I think we'll start just sitting down today. All right, so let's place our hands on our knees. And you can start to lengthen through your spine some more. And take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, let's twist over towards the right side. And you can move your hands if you want. And then sit as tall as you can. Look over towards the right side. Maybe even try to take a peek behind you. And then using an inhale, turn back so that you're facing forwards. And as you exhale, keep going all the way to the other side, maybe moving the hands, pressing the ground away. And then maybe trying to take a peek behind you again. So with an inhale, we're going to turn to face forwards. We're going to exhale all the way over to the other side again. And then maybe you'll stay sitting tall. If your left hand is reaching for your knee, you might keep holding onto it and try to tip over, bringing your left shoulder towards your knee. And if you're tipping and your other arm wants to reach up and over, maybe it will. Adding in a side stretch. If you are leaning over right now, though, use an inhale so that you're sitting back tall once again and still in the twist. And then if you can take a peek behind you, give that a try. And using an inhale, come back so that you're facing forwards. And you can exhale and keep on going to the other side. And maybe you're reaching for your knee with your hand. Maybe you want to just stay sitting tall. You don't have to tip over, but you can. Just bringing your shoulder towards your leg or your knee. And if your hand behind you starts to lift, you might reach it up, you might reach it over. And if you're leaning right now, use an inhale to come all the way back up, sitting tall once again and still in the twist, maybe trying to look behind you. Nice, you guys. Let's use an inhale to come back and face forwards, and we'll stay there this time. But you could place your hands on your knees and lift the shoulders up and roll them back and down, and take another slow, big shoulder roll. And one more. Nice work, you guys. So just stay here, seated comfy. Should you be crossing your legs right now, though, you could switch the way that they're crossed. But let your eyes close. Just find some stillness for a moment. Notice your breath. Slowing down your day. And also scanning your body. Where are you feeling some extra love today? Few more breath here, relaxing through your forehead, your cheeks and jaw. And just letting your eyes stay closed. Let's move our hands just to the ground beside us. Lightly rest your fingertips. Bring some more length into your spine. And then take a big inhale and reach your arms out wide and all the way up above you. You might lift your chin. You could also interlace your fingers and push your palms up and away, stretching through the upper body. Shrugging your shoulders up towards your ears a little bit. Stay for an inhale. And as you exhale, let your arms fall back down to your sides and your hands might land on your knees, or you can take a shoulder roll. And then another. And you might start to open up your eyes too. But take one more shoulder roll. And then let's move to tabletop. Find your way to your hands and knees. Spread your fingers wide. Maybe sway your hips side to side too. We're going to tuck our toes under. And then lift up to downward facing dog. Pressing the ground away. Maybe pedaling your feet. Take a nice slow breath in and out. You might scan your body again. How are you feeling throughout your shoulder? Maybe your calves. Taking another deep breath in and out. Letting an inhale bring your gaze forwards. And as you exhale, walk all the way up to the top of your mat. And take an inhale for a half lift. Exhale to fold forwards. And inhale all the way up to standing. Reach up. Exhale, lower your arms to your sides, add a shoulder roll, and inhale to reach all the way up. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale into a half lift, and exhale to fold down. Inhale all the way up, reach up. Exhale, lower your arms, skip your shoulder roll, take an inhale to reach back up, and exhale to fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, reach up. And exhale, we're going to fold all the way back down. Take an inhale to lift halfway up. And as you exhale, folding forwards, we're going to plant our hands this time, and you can step back to downward facing dog. And we might bring our feet wide, maybe to the edges of our mat. And if you can turn your toes in ever so slightly and push more and more into your hands, trying to bring your head between your arms. So wide-legged, downward facing dog. As you drop your heels towards the ground, they don't have to touch. We're just trying to drop them down. You might try to float your toes. They might float, they might not. Press a little bit more into your hands. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And walk your feet all the way together. You can take as many steps as you'd like, but bring your feet all the way together. You can lift your heels nice and high, and then try to drop them down, whether they touch or not. As you try to drop the heels, maybe you try to float your toes and push some more into your hands and try to keep your head between the arms as best you can. And then using an inhale, let's look forwards. And as you exhale, walk all the way to the top of your mat, as many steps as you want to take. And once you get there, inhale into a half lift. As you exhale, fold forwards. Take an inhale to come all the way up to standing. Reach on up. Exhale as you lower your arms down. Inhale to reach up and exhale, folding forward. Inhale into your half lift and exhale to fold. Now we're going to plant our hands and take just our left foot back this time, back into a lunge. If you want to lower your knee, you can, but if you're keeping your knee lifted, we'll be on the ball of that back foot. From your lunge, you can keep your hands on the ground or you can lift them up. And maybe we'll lift the chest up too. You might even start to look forwards. Shine your chest forwards and reaching up as well if you'd like. And if you're reaching up, maybe you'll interlace your fingers and push your palms up and away from you, up above you. Try to lift the shoulders towards your ears a little bit. You could look forwards. You might take a peek up. Crescent lunge. Stay for an inhale. And as you exhale, slowly bring your hands to the ground if you've got them lifted up. Take an inhale to look forwards and exhale, bring your back foot to the top of your mat. Inhale into a half lift and exhale to fold. Plant your hands again and take your right foot back. Set up your lunge. If you want your knee to be down, it can be down. And if you want to keep the hands on the ground, you can do that too. But we might start to lift. Lift the hands, maybe lifting the chest, maybe looking forwards, maybe reaching up. If your fingers want to interlace and press the palms up and away, a little lift of the shoulders towards your ears. Maybe you're looking up too, maybe not though. Stay for an inhale, and as you exhale, bring your hands down if you've got them lifted. From your lunge, an inhale to gaze forwards, and as you exhale, bring your back foot up to the top of the mat. Inhale for a half lift, and exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, reaching up, and exhale as you lower your arms down to your sides. Nice, you guys. All right, let's stay standing for just a second. So we're going to lift our left heel up. You can keep the ball of the foot on the ground, or you can float that foot, the knee coming forwards a little bit. But then we're going to try to take a really big step with this left foot to the back of our mat. So you could walk your foot along the ground, or you can start to tip forwards. Start to tip forwards with the upper body and send your leg kind of behind you. You can walk the foot along the ground, or maybe it's one, two giant steps and you're just back in your lunge. You might take a moment to lower your hands to the ground or reach right back up to that crescent lunge. You can lower your knee if you want. You can interlace your fingers, press the palms up. Just the same thing as before. And you're going to take another inhale and then let the exhale bring your hands to the ground. Inhale to gaze forwards and exhale the back foot up. Inhale into a half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach up. And exhale, lower your arms. Stay standing and just start to lift the right heel if you'd like. Just starting to put some more weight into the left foot than the right one. And maybe the knee lifts in front a bit. And then if we just tip forwards with the upper body and send the leg back, take as many steps or one giant step, bringing the right foot as far back as you can. Hands to the ground, maybe. Or if you can skip that, you could skip that. Decide if your knee is going to come down though. Maybe the arms will be reaching up, interlacing the fingers, maybe taking a peek up above you too. But a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring your hands down if they're lifted. Take an inhale to look forwards and exhale, bring your back foot to the top of your mat. Awesome, you guys. Inhale into a half lift and exhale as you fold. Inhale, let's come all the way up to standing, reaching up. And exhale, lowering your arms down to your sides. Take a shoulder roll this time. And then start to bend both of your knees and sit back a little bit into your chair. If your feet are together, squeeze your knees together. If your feet are hip width apart, keep your knees hip width apart. If you want, we can reach our arms in front. We might interlace the fingers and push the palms away. Maybe your hands can be shoulder height. So a little bend through the knees. And then you might just notice your feet. Can you float any of your toes? Maybe one foot at a time, maybe both. Maybe when your toes come down, keeping a little bend through the knees, a heel or two might lift for you. But nothing else is changing, just a little extra concentration. And if you do have your heels lifted at all, bring them down, bring your toes down too, and use an inhale to straighten your legs. Let your arms lift, standing tall, maybe looking up, pressing the palms up above you. Stay for an inhale, and as you exhale, we'll fold all the way down. Inhale into a half lift. And as you exhale, fold forwards. We're going to plant our hands. You can take both feet back. Downward facing dog again. Your feet might come wide to the edges of your mat. Turning the toes in. Pressing into your hands. Maybe your right hand is going to walk over towards the left foot. Maybe it touches it. Maybe it doesn't. You might take a peek over towards the left side, maybe underneath your arm if you can. Still letting your head be heavy. And if your right hand is close to that left foot, bring it back to the top of your mat. Press into both of your hands just to reset. And then your left hand could walk over towards the right foot. Doesn't have to get all the way there. It might. If you're going to take a peek to the right, maybe it can be under the arm or at the arm. Nice job, you guys. Bringing the left hand back to the top of your mat. If you are going for your foot, just recenter yourself, press into your hands. You might look towards your feet and then walk them together. As many steps as you want to take, bring them all the way together. Take an inhale to look forwards, and as you exhale, we'll walk back to the top of the mat. Inhaling into a half lift. And as you exhale, folding forwards, we're going to plant our hands. Our left foot's going to come back into a lunge. And this time we're all going to lower our knee down and get a little bit more comfortable in this lunge. So if you want to roll your mat over, you can. You can rest on the top of the back foot and sinking those hips forwards and down. Stay here for just a little bit. So if you want to have your hands on the ground, they can stay on the ground. If you want to lift them up to your knee, you might do that too. And then of course, theme of the day, reaching up and maybe interlacing the fingers and pressing the palms up. And maybe you're looking up too. You're reaching up. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, bring your hands to the ground. We're going to send our hips back, lengthen your front leg. Forget about that left hip for a moment. Half splits, maybe pointing your toes up. We're going to be coming back into our lunge. So using an inhale, bring your hips forwards, bend the front knee again, come back to your lunge. Sinking into the hips, and either keep your hands on the ground or lift them back up. You could reach up again, or this time, maybe we actually bring our hands to our hips or our low back. You could just have your palms face behind, stack the palms on top of one another, or you could try to interlace your fingers behind you. You might press the palms behind you, or maybe squeeze the palms together to open up the chest a bit more, the shoulders, and maybe you take a peek up. But stay for another inhale. And then as you exhale, bring your hands to the ground. You can start to tuck the back toes under, maybe lifting the knee all the way up. But from your lunge, just an inhale to gaze forwards. And as you exhale, step or walk your foot to the top. Inhale into a half lift. And as you exhale, folding forwards to plant the hands once again and bring the right foot back. Lower your knee down. Take your time setting it up and maybe rolling your mat over some cushion under the knee. Maybe resting on the top of the back foot. Opening up that right hip. Hands can stay on the ground though, or rest on your knee, or maybe reaching all the way up. And if you want to interlace your fingers, press those palms up and away. Staying for an inhale. If you're reaching up right now, let the exhale bring your hands down. And you can send the hips back, lengthening the left leg, maybe pointing your toes up. Forget about your right hip for a moment. Just one more breath. And then we'll come back to our lunge. Bending into the front knee again, sinking into the hips. And then decide if you're going to lift your hands off of the ground, maybe reaching up like before, or maybe the hands will find the hips or the low back, or maybe they'll interlace together behind you. But you might lift the chest up a little. You might look up too. Find your breath. And we stay for just another inhale if you got your arms lifted. And as you exhale, bring them down. Tucking the back toes, maybe lifting the knee. And inhale to look forwards. And as you exhale, bring your back foot up to the top. Inhaling into a half lift. Exhale to fold and inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach all the way up and exhale, lower your arms to your sides. Nice job, you guys. We're going to stay standing once again, but we're going to bring our feet nice and wide this time. turn your toes out. We're trying to bend the knees, place our hands on our legs, the quads, and maybe sway side to side. Just keeping the knees nice and wide. Maybe leaning forwards, maybe sway. Maybe just shifting the weight a little bit from foot to foot. And you might even try to lift the toes one foot at a time or both. You might try to lift a heel or two. And then if you find that you're leaning forwards quite a bit right now, maybe we can lift back up. We can even straighten the legs for a second. And then we'll bend the knees again. And we'll keep our chest lifted. And maybe we'll reach our arms out. You can see if any of the toes, any of the heels want to float for you. But maybe you actually float all of the toes and hold them there for a second. And that second might last a little longer than a second. And if your toes are lifted, drop them down. And then maybe a heel will lift for a few seconds. And maybe the other. And then maybe both. Let your shoulders fall from your ears. Find the shakes in the legs, maybe as you press your feet into the ground. And if you do have anything floating, any part of the feet floating, bring them on down. Straighten your legs. And you can heel toe or step your feet all the way back together. And give your legs a nice little shake. Roll the shoulders back and down. And then with a big inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale into a half lift. And exhale to fold down. Plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Just leave your feet hip width apart. Nothing fancy. Just press into your hands, maybe pedal the feet a couple times, and let your head be heavy. Take a nice slow breath in. And as you breathe out, we'll bring our knees down and wide. Child's pose. Let your chest melt down. Rest your forehead on something. Soften your shoulder. Slow down your breath. And stay here a little bit longer if you want to. We're using an inhale to lift. Coming back to tabletop. Maybe a sway through the hips. And then you can sit all the way down with your legs in front. You can give your knees a hug or a squeeze. And we'll be finding half a straddle. So we'll bring our left leg out wide, out to the side. And you might have your hands behind you, pressing into the ground a little bit. Maybe they are in front of you. You could sway the shoulders, you could lean forwards. Point your toes up. Feeling the stretch through that inner leg. So we've got our left leg out wide and out to the side. So there might be some space between your foot and your leg. That's fine. As long as you are facing forwards, you're able to sit tall. So if you are leaning forwards right now, you can lift on up. We'll just bring our legs back together, just a little shake, and then switching sides. Right leg out wide, pointing those toes up, maybe pressing your hands into the ground in some way to help you sit nice and tall, maybe leaning forwards a bit, maybe swaying side to side. If you're leaning forwards right now, you can work your way back up till you're sitting tall once again, and then you can bring the legs back together. Give the knees a squeeze. Now we'll keep our feet together, let our knees fall out wide for butterfly. Same thing though, maybe hands behind you pressing into the ground. Maybe your hands are on your knees or the ground in front of you. But you can lean forwards, you can sway side to side as well. So if your hips are happy in butterfly, and maybe you want to stay here longer, you can. If you'd rather be in a cross-legged seat, you could cross your legs. But we're going to sit back up, and then we're going to take a twist over towards the right side. So just like we started, maybe moving the hands. Nice and tall through your spine. And then you can use an inhale to face forward. Let the exhale turn you over to the other side. And you can use an inhale to turn and face forwards once again. If you're sitting cross-legged, you could cross your legs the other way. If you want to bring the knees back together, if you're in butterfly, and then come back there, you could do that too. We're going to take one more twist. It's going to last a little bit longer though. So take an inhale to lengthen, and as you exhale, turning the chest back over towards the right. Maybe reaching for your knee this time. Might be a little further away if you're in butterfly. And then you can stay sitting tall, or you can try to tip over again. And if the hand that's behind you starts to lift up, reach it up, reach it over. And you might end up tipping a little bit more. If you are leaning right now, if you're in a side stretch of sorts, use an inhale to come back up, and then in that twist again, right back to your twist. Maybe try to take a peek behind you, and then use an inhale to turn forwards. And you can exhale all the way over to the other side if you'd like. Maybe reaching for your knee this time or your leg somewhere. But stay tall if you want to, or try to lean, tip, and then maybe using the weight of your arm, reaching up and over to take you just a little bit further. And should you be leaning over, any amount. Use an inhale to come back up. You're sitting tall again. You're still in that twist. Maybe a peek behind you. And then letting an inhale bring you forwards. And then stay there. You can help your knees come back together. Give a sway side to side. And then we are going to be laying down, but we're going to take our time getting there. So I want you to keep your knees bent, your feet planted. They could be about hip width apart, the feet and the knees. We're going to hold on to the back of the legs or to the legs somewhere. And we're going to try to lower down, leading with our low back. I want you to keep holding on to your legs and just go as far as you can until your arms are straight and you can't lower any more without moving your feet. So we're kind of holding on to our legs to hold us up here. Trying to lead with our low back that might not be touching the ground and pulling the belly button in. And then use your core, maybe a little help through your arms too, to sit back up. And then start to kind of roll down a little bit, lead with the low back. You could try to hold on to the legs a little bit less, but we are coming back up. Feel that fire through the belly. Sit back up, maybe using your hands and the core. Come back down one more time. Maybe a little bit lighter through the hands. And this time, go a little further so your back starts to actually touch the ground, and then you can lay all the way down. And relax. Walk your feet in if they're nice and far away. Maybe sway the knees side to side. And you might also hug your knees into your chest. It's massaging your back against the ground. And if you have your feet lifted up right now, let's bring them down again. It's planting your feet on the ground. We're going to heel toe our feet out wide. Maybe to the edges of the mat. And then try to turn your toes in slightly. And let the knees fall together. If they touch, no problem. You might widen your feet some more. And if they don't touch, you could either bring the feet a little closer or just leave the space between them. If your knees are falling together, as you open them up, start to heel toe the feet closer together as well. You might take a sway of your knees side to side. You can also move your hands behind your head, making a little pillow. Lift your head up, bringing your chin towards your collarbone just to lengthen through the back of your neck. If you're looking at your knees, your legs, you might send them out long and wide. And letting your head get heavier in your hands. Slowly bringing it down. Just trying to keep that length that you're creating through the back of your neck. And as you place your head down, maybe you can still feel that length, that gentle pull. Maybe the hairs of your head. And just moving your arms to your side or somewhere comfy. And make any adjustments that you need so that you can settle into Shavasana. Allow your body to be still. You can slowly start to move maybe taking a deep breath in and reaching your arms up and above your head. Your fingers might even interlace as you press your palms up and away. Just bending your knees one leg at a time so you can roll over. Finding your way up to a comfy seat when you're ready. Bring your hands together if you'd like. Awesome practice, you guys. Thank you for joining us today. Have a great rest of the day, and we will see you guys very soon. Namaste.